Coming up on Network Africa. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson visits the Gambia weeks after longtime leader Yaya Jammeh went into exile. The United Nations declares South Sudan's refugee crisis as the largest in Africa. And the trial over Cameroon's Anglophone protest exposes national divide. Hello and welcome to the program. I am Osibajo. The British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson has arrived to Gambia, where he is expected to rejoice at the West African state's decision to rejoin the Commonwealth. His visit, the first to the Gambia by a British Foreign Secretary, comes weeks after longtime ruler Yaya Jammeh went into exile after losing elections. Mr. Jammeh took the Gambia out of the Commonwealth in 2013, calling it a neo-colonial institution. But the new president, Adama Barrow, has promised a return to the 52-nation grouping. Last week, the European Union promised the Gambia an aid package of nearly £65 million, at almost 3 years after freezing its assistance to the West African nation. Mr. Barrow, who was sworn in last month, has also said the Gambia will reverse its move to withdraw from the International Criminal Court. We'll have more conversations on that, but in the meantime, back here in Nigeria, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibajo, has appealed to residents of the Niger Delta, in particular the youth, to take advantage of the prevailing peace in the region to give room for sustainable development. The Vice President, who was speaking in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, told stakeholders in the region that the current administration is genuinely committed to addressing the concerns that have been raised over time.
The arrival of the acting president signals the beginning of this meeting in Port Harcourt, the River State capital.
APC! APC!
It's a session on Niger Delta matters between the acting president and some stakeholders from the region.
We know how it is when you are in opposition.
Majorly in attendance are leaders and members of the All Progressives Congress in the state, led by the former governor and Minister of Transportation, Chibuike Amechi. Then one after the other, some leaders of the party in the state took turns to make their cases for a united Niger Delta.
We respectfully request that as part of the efforts to achieve peace in Niger Delta, the federal government should do all that it can to complete the East-West Road.
One of the challenges we have in our region today is politicization of the Niger Delta struggle.
For the senator representing River Southeast Senatorial District, the Niger Delta story should not be politicized.
We want to use this opportunity to call on the federal government to take a very clear and decisive step to try to bring peace to River State.
The acting president gives an assurance of the commitment of the federal government to the development of the Niger Delta and to the fortunes of its party.
Those young men and women who are involved in illegal refining, our approach to that is that we must engage them by establishing modular refineries so that they can participate in legal refining, not illegal refining. And we are committed to making sure that the young men and women of the Niger Delta are properly engaged. We'll look at the amnesty issues. We'll make sure that amnesty continues. Some people have been trying to suggest that we close down amnesty. That's not true. We have made more provision for amnesty than has ever been made, and we have made more provision for social intervention. This state, River State, has the second largest number of young graduates who have been employed by the federal government under our Empower scheme. This is not the time to make war. No, this is the time to make peace, so that we can ensure that we derive all of the benefits that are derivable from the center.
The meeting ends with all relevant stakeholders to bring lasting peace to the Niger Delta. Emmanuel Irei, Channels Television News.
Well, staying with happenings here in Nigeria, over 100 families that have been displaced by the Boko Haram insurgency will soon take ownership of the newly reconstructed houses in the Kaga local government area of Borno State. The state government has set March the 6th as the official date for allocation of the 190 homes destroyed by the insurgents in Kaga. The rebuilding was made seamless by collaboration between the Borno State government, the UNDP, and the Japanese government.
The reconstruction project in Kaga is a pilot of the rebuilding project in affected communities within Borno State. Kaga is the first beneficiary community owing to the return of calm and the absence of security threats to the civilian population there. The project covers the reconstruction of municipal buildings, schools, and most importantly, homes of the affected population. Officials say the rebuilding has paved way for villagers to have even better homes than they had before the crisis.
They are happy. A villager whom he didn't sleep under the block, and now he's living under the roof.
The United Nations Development Programme is one of the development partners of the rebuilding project. They are happy with the successes of the project so far.
For us, it's very important that we work through the community, through the government, so that it's not external help that is coming in, but it's really the people that do it themselves. And today what it was important for us is to see how the project progresses, and I have to say that I'm very impressed with what I saw.
The project has not only helped the homeless population, a large percentage of the building workforce are themselves IDPs. Bukar Isa became displaced when his hometown, Bama, was invaded by the militants.
My daily pay as a mason is 3,000 naira. Others get between 1,500 and above. Since I came to Maiduguri, I have never lived in a camp. I rented a house in town and put my family there. I pray other idle youths out there will be encouraged to work and fend for themselves.
After the home allocation ceremonies, the state government says that the big plan is to empower the returnees, which would hopefully reduce the burden of housing and feeding them.
At least each and every owner of the house will have a drip irrigation kit worth 500,000 square meters. For him to now start his farming activities, government of Borno State has procured 10,000 drip irrigation kit. Not even the drip irrigation kit, you have seen the dead plantation. And we are going to give 2 goats to each and every woman.
The 192 homes rebuilt in Kaga is only a small fraction of the 500,000 homes destroyed across the state.